Well, guys, it's that month of the year where all of the insecure straight men and women hop onto their social media accounts and start preaching about straight pride. I would like a slight disclaimer. I don't necessarily think, you saying that you have pride, that you're straight or fucking whatever, is like inherently like fundamentally a bad thing. I don't think it is at all, but I do think that when you only do that, when you only ever actually talk about something like that, like on Pride Month, it's kind of pathetic. It's kind of retaliation if you think about it. You're literally watching that the LGBTQ community has come out and is celebrating, their success after years. I mean, literally a whole century pretty much of oppression. You do realize that people who were gay grew up in families where their fathers would literally beat the shit out of them until they actually died. Like, that's a real thing. Like, murder was very real back in those days, and it's still not great. I mean, people still get targeted and picked on for being homosexual. Now, I will say, right on, if you want to sit there and make the comment, oh, well, I don't want to know if you suck dick or not. It's like, okay, well, I don't want to know if you are out there fucking women. Like, I don't care. In private, however close a person is with the person, you could talk about whatever. But if you're just going around going like, hey, look at this girl, or like catcalling women, it's kind of at the point where you're doing almost the same thing. Like, no one wants inappropriate things to be public. Like, just don't be inappropriate in public. Don't run around with giant dildos. And don't run around wearing strap-ons and latex. Like, that's the thing I never really cared about with the LGBTQ communities, with these pride parades and stuff. It's like, just don't go running around acting like a degenerate. If you want to celebrate and you want to partake in the festivities, just do it without being a fucking weirdo. Don't bring like sexual fantasies and sex things to life. Like, it's not to be celebrated. What we are celebrating is years and years of oppression. I was literally 18. I was a senior in high school in 2014 when we actually successfully gay marriage was legal. Like, we legalized gay marriage. It was a very a fantastic year. It was such a huge milestone because the whole concept of marriage is a loving bond between two lovers. If you are in love with a person and they are in love with you, you should be able to get married. Regardless on if it's a stupid religious thing or not, I understand that these things derived from religion, but that does not devalue real love. And I wouldn't sit there and think that a religion that has holes poked into it for thousands and thousands of years is some kind of leverage against homosexuality. It's not. So in essence, I just think people should be celebrating, obviously, because it is a huge accomplishment to have gotten through all these things. And someone did make the point. It's like, why don't they just add straight pride to the LGBT? It's like, I don't really think that would just piss people off even more. It's just, and no one's gonna be happy. It's like, so much hate in the world, and like, even in some of my other videos, it's like they're always trying to separate us and divide us more. And it's like, well, I'm just going to continue on the path of logic and use like, hey, this is gonna sound weird. I understand you want to run around with dildos and be all fucking crazy with the rainbows and everything. I understand that. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't like bringing my personal life to out here, but I am a bisexual man. So what I'm going to say is, I would like for children to understand, hey, we made milestones and love is okay, like, no matter what. Like, you don't, so I wouldn't be upset if younger people and teenagers participated in the celebration of the month. That's why I don't want people running around with all this sex shit. It's like that I don't want that stuff to be in front of kids. That's so stupid. Why would you run around in the streets with giant dildos? That's what I don't like about the parades and stuff is if you're going to do it, just fucking celebrate. Honestly, have flags. Like, that's fine. It's just a fucking rainbow. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Fuck, man. You don't need to be running around with the strap-ons and shit. I think if you're going to be inappropriate in private where it is safe with consenting adults. Don't be inappropriate in public. And also, as far as straight pride goes, don't use that as a form of retaliation, okay? That's so stupid. These people, you know, homosexuals have gone through over a century of oppression in the United States from their own families, from their their peers, and from literally everybody over these years. And like I said, I was literally an 18-year-old in high school once we reached that milestone of gay marriage. It's like, it's not like we've been successful for a long time. Like, that is not even a 20, like, it's barely even a 10-year difference. Like, we're just gonna hit 2024, then finally it'll be like a 10-year difference. Like, 10 years is like a decade is a long time, but it's also not a long time. It depends on how you perceive it. So just don't be weird. Celebrate. Have a good time. And also, what's up with these people talking like procreation is so important? They're like, oh, well, it's, you know, homosexuality is not natural. That is the biggest lie I have ever heard. Homosexuality is extremely natural. It's not some fancy schmancy thing to dangle in people's face and say, hey, this is why, you know, heterosexual relationships are more important than homosexual. It doesn't matter. You have an instinct in you. You're an animal. You have an instinct in you. You want to have sexual intercourse. Animals have that instinct too. Animals will literally, if you knew anything about nature, they are homosexual. They don't care. They're just trying to have dominance. You will literally watch animals pursue dominance over other males by fucking them. So don't sit there and act like procreation is this special thing because of a book that told you. I read the Bible 12 times, okay? I don't care about procreation. Congratulations. Life is amazing, but is literally going to destroy the planet. Literally, humans are destroying the earth. So, hey, guess what? Maybe if we had less of them, it might be a little bit better. Just saying. I mean, the Greeks, way back, the Greeks. I mean, this is literally before Jesus Christ. They literally invented orgies. And guess what? Romans added women to them. So, think about it for a minute. The Greeks, the animals, there's literally proof that homosexuality is just as natural as heterosexuality. Heterosexuality happens like more because of pheromones and because of that natural instinct to reproduce, obviously, but you still will see a lot of homosexuality in nature, and it's very real, and you cannot just sit there and deny that. I've literally witnessed it myself. It's a real thing. Like, stop pretending that it's not. Stop dangling procreation in people's face like it's some super important thing when it's not. It's just factually, like, logically, if you look at the evidence, it's not. Sorry. Happy Pride Month. Be safe. Be irrefutable. And good luck. And I hope you guys enjoy yourself. Goodbye.
Complete.